Mezco have reissued their Bartholomew Vex figure.
And it's gone.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Hang on, something's not right. Oh, for goodness sakes. Almost forgot my hat. Welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's... No, something's still not right. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. Oh, that's better. Thank you very much Into the AM for sponsoring this channel, for providing me with this badass graphic t-shirt and many others, and you can pick some up too. If you follow my link in the description below, you can get 10% off your order on top of the great discounts and deals that they're doing at the moment. This is just one of a great many awesome, badass designs. I love the kind of just weird, dream-like, ethereal, cyberpunk, fantasy kind of look sort of stuff they've got going on here. I dig it. This is my kind of jam. And hopefully it might be yours too. So if you want to help out the channel, you can go there, place an order, and we can be shirt bros. And also, I said a little thing on the live stream the other day that I'm going to stick with. If you send me a proof of purchase, I'll send you a little picture. I'll do a little bit of art, a little bit of model behavior exclusive. Don't worry, I'm not a good artist. And I'll send it off to you and you can put it on the fridge and go, hey, this doofus thought that would actually encourage me to buy a t-shirt. I just wanted one anyway because let's face it, they sell themselves. All right, gang, I think that's it for my shilling. Let's get to the news. Hi, sugar! Mondo here I'm gonna drop that voice. Mondo have revealed their Rogue action figure, and oh my goodness, these animated ones, they just get prettier and prettier. I mean, literally in the case of Rogue, 1/6 scale, gonna be two different versions. There's a regular one that's about $210, and a highfalutin exclusive version that's $235. And for that extra money, you're gonna get 3 more head sculpts and a Sentinel base as well. And honestly, it's kind of funny because I look at this and I'm like, oh, if this was 1/12 scale, oh, that's what action figures should be, man. And I know you couldn't do that for 25 bucks, but honestly, if they charged, I don't know, 40, 45 bucks, maybe 50, I don't know. I don't know how high I would go for a 1/12 figure like this, with this many head portraits, this many power effects, hands, and a display base. Gosh, you know, I'm getting so kind of sick and tired of the same sort of thing from Marvel Legends. If they actually pushed the boat out and did like super deluxe figures that were more, dare I even say, kind of in line with like import prices, but you get your money's worth, whew, that would be amazing. Sorry, I was just spitballing there, but there you go. That's what gets the juices flowing when I see what you can do with a set. And don't get me wrong, 235 bucks is a huge amount of money. I'm not saying like, you know, oh, thank you, Mondo, for being so generous. It's not generous. You're paying a lot of money for it. But at least you get a lot of action figure for that. So yeah, I don't do 1/6 scale all that much, really. Maybe Superior Spider-Man. But she does look really, really cool. With the rest of the X-Men team and the villains as well, Mondo are putting together a pretty impressive lineup. Of course, we had the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse stream the other day. I did a full video on that, but just a super quick recap. We had an animated Morbius and Doctor Strange. There's a retro-carded Prowler and a retro-carded Carnage. There's a Fantastic Four Wolverine and Spider-Man 2-pack. There's an original Baron Zemo and Arnim Zola 2-pack. The Arnim Zola from 2012. Man, not only have Hasbro taken something out of the freezer and stuck it in the oven to reheat it, they've taken it out of the bottom of the freezer, where it's covered in that nasty kind of frosting and ice, and you're like, what even was in here? Reheat it, Arnim Zola? I don't know if it'll taste good, but we'll throw it in the microwave and find out. Then there's a Shield 3-pack with Nick Fury Jr., Dum Dum Dugan, and Sharon Carter. And then finally, we have the full Build-A-Figure wave. At last, another Build-A-Figure wave. That's actually very welcome to see, because I was starting to feel like, hello? Are we doing Build-A-Figures anymore? So we got the Zabu wave, and that has, in no particular order, the Red Widow, Classic Icarus, Black Winter, Superior Iron Man, Wolfsbane, Comic Cable, Kazar, and of course Zabu himself. And that's a decent looking wave, but my goodness, there's a few little sort of things that I'm like, you giveth and you taketh, because we finally have Wolfsbane, but that ain't it. We waited so long to complete X Factor, to the point that I sold my X Factor collection. I gave up. Nah, sorry, I'm out. I got bored of waiting. And now that they finally bring out Wolfsbane, and she's this bright orange looking creature with like an owl. Her head looks like an owl. I don't dig it. I don't dig it. It's a weird, ugly expression. Swing and a miss on that one. Look, at least it completes X Factor, but it's really nothing to get excited about. McFarlane have a couple of reveals. First of all, their Flash. This is an Amazon exclusive in Canada and possibly in the US, but that hasn't been confirmed yet, I think. Going to be $34 Canadian, and there you go. I mean, there's a few Flashes out there. This is another one. I don't really have much more to add. Every time I look at a McFarlane figure, I'm like, state of your figures, mate. But, you know, that's just me. That's just, I don't know, the gigantic pins, the weird sort of pose. I mean, just, how have you posed him in the box? How is that supposed to encourage anyone to want to buy it? You could actually put it in a good pose, but instead it's like, this? What? Sorry, I was getting hot there. You can buy it if you want it. You know, no judgment. Like, there are some things that I love that are garbage, but I love them. And if you love this Flash, you know what? I got love for you. That's okay. Unless you're like a terrible person, in which case, I'm sorry. No amount of action figure collecting is going to change that. Okay, now this is actually a bit of a step in the right direction with McFarlane. They've got their Nightfall Batman repainted in the black and grey, just the one preview image, but this looks cooler. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise that the McFarlane Batman, like, it's a bit better, because he definitely loves his Batman. And this, yeah, it looks nicer. But also it's because he's not in some ridiculous derp pose that it's like, dude, that's not going to sell a figure. But cool, moody photos like that might sell a figure. McFarlane have also shown off their DC vs. Vampires Nightwing, and honestly, this kind of face sculpt here, this is what McFarlane do great. Honestly, horror, boom, yeah, that's Todd's wheelhouse. We always knew ever since the late 80s that Todd is just a big horror nerd, and I love him for it. So this is hard to look at, because it's so well done. I see these images and I'm like, I don't want that on my shelf. Not in a, this is a bad action figure way, but in, this is too well made, it's too gross and visceral. Not for me, thank you. But if you like the grim, gross, gnarly, gory side of the DC universe, this might be an instant pick. I definitely appreciate the quality here. They've also shown a teaser for their first appearance Batman as well, from Detective Comics 27, I think, with the weird pinky purple gloves and the rest that you can see. Nothing else to add there. It's another McFarlane Batman, but wide cape though. Hey, credit where it's due, all right? I don't like the sculpt, but the nice wide cape on there, that's a step in the right direction. Don't see any of those coming from Marvel Legends. That's one that DC can actually go, you know what? Our figures, they got a little something extra. Just a shame that it's attached to a McFarlane Batman figure, but yeah, what are you gonna do? And finally, for the McFarlane reveals, there is an Azrael Night's End preview picture. And this, okay, boom, there you go, you got me. I like this, genuinely. Probably because it's less human and more mech. And that's where McFarlane, because I do like a lot of McFarlane figures. Their Spawn line, their monsters, their robots, all that kind of stuff. I got a lot of time for it. I even like the Cygor figure, which has the big rubber nappy and all that stuff. I freaking dig that. And this is more like it. I really love the burgundy take on the Asbat armor. I think it's really cool, very badass. This could be a good one. I like this. I like this. See, I'm not totally biased. Just as I thought they might do, and a lot sooner than I thought they would do, Mezco have reissued their Bartholomew Vex figure, the Cult of the Crimson Goat, doing what I also said they were gonna do and that's had a little more color to it. But honestly, I don't like the color that's been added. Aren't I just a typical action figure collector? A company brings something out, I don't want this, do it this way. They do it that way, and I'm like, no, I still don't like it. But hey, I don't. But also, I'm a huge Mezco fanboy, so don't get me wrong. But I just feel, just like the original was just too all black, this one is too all red. There's got to be a happy medium somewhere. But they haven't found it with this guy. I love the design and the aesthetics, I think are wicked. And of course he would pair up with Atticus Doom, and Atticus Doom is one of my absolute all-time favorite action figures of all time. I said all time twice, but that's not redundant. But this, I don't need him, because I think the bright red looks a little bit tacky. But obviously, I'm in the minority here because I think this guy might have sold out already. Go over to mezco.com to double check. But I think these little limited releases, they often sell like hotcakes, and this, I think, is probably no exception. Following their little preview image, SH Figure Arts have shown the full reveal pictures of their King Cold figure. And honestly, he does look super fun. Going to be 8 inches tall, so a little bit bigger than your average Dragon Ball character. $150 though. So you're gonna pay for that extra inch. And also, it comes out in October. There you go. 3 little bits of information I managed to regurgitate before they were rejected and put in the recycling bin. That is my brain. So there you go. They look really pretty. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this one might be a no-brainer, because I can't help but feel that with a look like that and a name like King Cold, this guy's got to be a high roller, right? He's got to be a big bad. So yeah, pretty essential for a Dragon Ball Z shelf, I assume. Or he might be a complete jobber. I don't know. Frazetta Girls Icon Collections Teegra figure, Fire and Ice. I think that's a right combination of words in a certain order. It's hard without an auto cue. And I don't have room in this apartment for an auto cue. It's just, and I refuse to look away from the camera to read things off my phone. That's where we are. It's funny, I think it looks unprofessional to read something off your phone, but then I will just stand here and try and regurgitate information in a nonsense fashion, but hey, that's moral behavior for you. This picture, though, does fill me with a little bit of excitement. Why? Because I'm just a big kid who loves a bit of cheesecake and pin-up girls, and all I'll say is these look like they could cut glass. So yeah, this is going to be up for pre-order with hopefully a whole lot more pictures, and you get an idea of what this actually is going to look like. Going to be up for pre-order around about March, and I'm going to be willing to check it out. I might roll the dice on this one. Yeah, I think I might do. Elden Ring is a game that I absolutely got obsessed with for a month or two, and now we're getting some cool figures from Max Factor / Figma. I know Figma. Is Max Factor like, is Figma the distributor? Max Factor the creator? I don't know. What I do know is that this figure looks, it looks very nice. This just cool medieval battle armor sort of look. Yeah, this wolf dude's pretty awesome. I mean, he's gonna have to be pretty awesome because he's retailing for $130 over at Big Bad Toy Store. That's a premium. That's a premium price right there. But he might be giving you your money's worth, because the amount of detail, and also the thing I've found with Figma is just the buttery smooth articulation of the joints. It feels like an expensive action figure when you're playing with it and handling it. So you probably are going to get the bang for your buck. And with the new DLC for Elden Ring coming out very soon, we've at least got some new pictures and maybe a trailer. It's going to like reignite some passion for Elden Ring. So this guy's coming along at just the right time. You know what? Now that I've got a PS5, I think I need to dive back into that world. I'm ready to get hurt again. 3-0 have shown off their 1/6 scale Commando Snake Eyes figure. Going to be available around about the end of the year. No price yet, but you got to be thinking kind of Hot Toys prices, because this is a highly detailed, very high-end looking 1/6 scale figure. And Snake Eyes, in whatever form or permutation you have of him, always looks like a badass. And this one seems to be no exception. Just the preview images look really, really cool. I've never had a 3-0 figure in hand, but, well, no, I've never had a 1/6 scale 3-0 figure in hand. But the smaller ones, I can attest, pretty beautiful. So I'm sure this one will be no exception. I don't have enough of a dog in this race when it comes to G.I. Joe. I won't be picking him up, but I can certainly appreciate the very pretty aesthetics. If you want to get yourself some big, badass monsters for your shelf, then you'll be pleased to hear that 5K Toys are now shipping the Zezre Studios Combatants Minotaur characters. Now these guys we've covered before because they've been up for pre-order, but it's been taking a little while to get the ball rolling with actually shipping them. So now they're good to go. So I just recently got the red horn Minotaur Rhino Beast. That thing is incredible. So happy to get that, man. Thank you so much. I'm looking at him now. It's annoying because I wasn't going to get any of these things, and now that I've got the big horn, I'm like, I think he needs a couple of Minotaurs to back him up, you know? It's a slippery slope. Maestro Union. When I'm trying to save money, you show this preview image of what's to come in the future. Don't know how far in the future it is, but the future looks bright and dark and monstrous and badass. I mean, look at these 4 characters. I can't recall the names of them off the top of my head. Again, no auto cue, but you know that these are going to be something special because Maestro Union, they just keep on killing it. All they do is win, win, win no matter what. And this, if we get these 4 guys come in like with the mystical kind of Japanese Edo kind of aesthetic, like, sings to me, man. You get all these different concepts that come together and they do the dance. And it just lights up my shelf, or it might do if I get them. We'll see. But I am excited. Oh, and Maestro Union have also shown off this monkey dude as well. Man, the Monkey King, you know, he's getting figures from everyone, everywhere. And now we've got this sort of modern cyberpunk commando-looking version of a monkey man. And honestly, I love everything I'm seeing. It's monkey madness, and I dig it. Over in MCU news, apparently the Kang Dynasty is no more. Reports coming out of Marvel is that the name the Kang Dynasty is being scrapped for Avengers 5, which makes total sense. The name Kang is completely snakebit now. It's just like Madam Web or anything else that's kind of doomed before it even starts. And honestly, before even the whole Jonathan Majors thing happened, Ant-Man Quantumania was enough to derail that character. So you know what? It's definitely time for a rethink, and it seems like that's what the MCU are doing, so hopefully that bodes well for the future. As I mentioned earlier, the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, is right on the cusp of coming out, so a whole bunch of images have been released, and it just whets the appetite more to dive back into this world. So I know that I don't cover video games very much, but Elden Ring, it really sunk its hooks into me. So I never finished it though. So if I can somehow magically recreate some more time in the day, I might have to dive back in and see if I can do that, because it's punishing, but man, it's a good time. So with the DLC coming out, it's probably time to jump back on board with that. You know, occasionally I love to just share cool, badass things, even if I don't know where they came from or who did them. And that's why I'm showing you this Godzilla diorama, because, oh my goodness. You ever wondered like what my dream setup would be? You know, if Dave had $1 billion, what would you do? I'd buy a warehouse and it would just be a walk-in diorama of just a city with battles and all kinds of stuff going on. And this is a small example of what that would be. Of course, mine would all be 1/12 scale. But just look at it's the lights that are inside, the explosions, the effects. It's just, this is so cool. I love looking at something that's so detailed. You're like, every angle you take it in, you see something new. I get giddy with this kind of stuff. This I love. I just wanted to share it with you. The trailer is out for the new Boarderlands movie, and I don't know, it's so hard to know if something's going to be good or bad sometimes from a trailer. It's got a big bang of Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. You can totally see, not just from the visual aesthetic with the popping neon kind of colors. When did that come in? Like about 10 years ago or so? You know, Suicide Squad tried to do it as well. There was a Rage 2, went full neon splash. Neon splash, that's what I'm calling it. Like, that was a design choice that came in about 10 years ago. And anything that wants to fit that kind of quirky, off-the-wall, goofy action aesthetic, they're like, neon splash, do it. That's what this is. But the tone looks kind of fun. They definitely have that buddy-buddy Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing going on there. And visually, it looks pretty. Jack Black's doing the voice of Claptrap. That's always a step in the right direction. So there's a great cast as well with Cate Blanchett. I like Kevin Hart, and the girl with the bunny ears, she seems kind of adorable. So, I don't know. After all that, I don't know. I'm going to be interested to hear the reviews because this could go either way. An interesting little story about how Warner Brothers clearly hate money is that one of the head creatives of the Into the Spider-Verse movies pitched to the Warner Brothers executive a Batman Beyond animated movie in the same style of Spider-Verse. And Warner Brothers were like, nah, it's not our thing, really. Jeez. Unbelievable. Because now they've finally revealed some of the concept art that they were showing. Like, look what we could do. Look how cool this could be. And Warner Brothers were like, nah, I'm just gonna make a bunch of films and then not release them. That's how the business works, right? So hey, it might be a bit of a tease to see something that's never gonna happen, but man, that concept art looks badass, man. Oh, what might have been. Something that's kind of fun, the new game Helldivers 2 recently came out to fantastic reviews. I really want to play it. I'm not a big online multiplayer guy, but it's basically Starship Troopers. A multiplayer Starship Troopers game. You land on a planet full of bugs and Terminator-style robots, and your squad has to try and win the day, and I dig it. And because of that, apparently Starship Troopers has been shooting up the digital charts. Wherever it's available, be it Amazon, iTunes, Netflix, wherever you can watch it, apparently Starship Troopers is now like in the cultural zeitgeist again. And I love that, because I'm a Starship Troopers kid. So I might have to let you guys know, we might have to set up a team model behavior. Yeah, and we can go spread model behavior throughout the galaxy. Because this, Helldivers 2, it looks like such a good time. I might try and get in on this. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to doubly help out the channel, then you can do either by becoming a channel member, so you got a nice little thing by your name when we do the live streams and all that kind of jazz, or you can join the Patreon, toss a couple of bucks my way and it helps me just keep the channel rolling. Or if you want to actually get something back for your money, which is kind of understandable, I appreciate that. In the words of the great American dream, Dusty Rhodes, you don't get something for nothing, baby. Well, you can get yourself a badass t-shirt over at Into the AM. You can click the link in the description below. And something you will get for nothing is 10% off by just clicking the model behavior link. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.